Identify the greatest common factor of the polynomial. Divide the greatest common factor out of every term of the polynomial. And here's the first one for us to try. 14y to the fifth minus 4y cubed plus 2y. So I'm looking at each number and seeing, is there something I can divide each number by, or can I factor the numbers? So 14, I'm thinking, is 2 times 7. 4, I know, is 2 times 2. And 2, I just have a single 2 there. I can see also that I have a y on every term, so I know I can factor out at least a single y. And it looks like 2 is the thing that's repeated for every term. It's divisible by 2. So greatest common factor for the number parts is 2, and for the variable parts is definitely y. And I want to leave it as just y to the first because that's the smallest exponent I have. So greatest common factor of 2y. So if I want to factor out 2y, I'm looking at what's left over. What do I have to multiply 2y by to get 14y to the fifth? And so I know it's 7 and some number of y's, so I'm thinking I need y to the fifth. And I already have a y to the first, and so I have to multiply by y to the fourth to get y to the fifth, because remember, you add those two exponents or think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4 y's, and this other y out here all being multiplied. That's how you get y to the fifth. So it's got to be 7y to the fourth, and then minus, I have 2 times 2 for that 4, and y to the third I need, and I have y to the first, so I'm going to have 2 more y's there, and then plus 2y. 2y is the exact same thing as what I have here, so I'm thinking 2y times what gives me that third term, and it's going to be a positive 1. I've got to have that 1 there as a placeholder so that I don't lose that term when I multiply things back out. Okay, let's look at the other method. 14y to the fifth divided by 2y minus 4y cubed divided by 2y plus 2y divided by 2y. And let's get our red pens. 2 goes into 14 7 times. Take off one of those y's and I have y to the fourth. 2y goes into 4 2 times, and I have 1y, take off y cubed on top, take off one of those y's, so I have y squared, and then 2y goes into 2y 1 time. Remember, when you cross things off top and bottom, you're left with a 1. So here, when we divide 2y by 2y, we get 1. And we have to have that third term there, or we'll never get back to what we started with. Okay. So let's see, what do we have left now on this one? We have 7y to the fourth minus 2y squared plus 1. Remember, that's the part that goes inside the parentheses, and out front I have to have that greatest common factor. And so 2y is that greatest common factor. Remember, when I multiply out, those two match, right? When I multiply out, I want to end up with what I started with. So let's try it out. So 2y times 7y to the fourth minus 2y squared plus 1. So I'll distribute here. And when I multiply there, I get 14. I have 1y times 4 more y's, so that's a total of 5 y's being multiplied. And then minus 2 times positive 2 will be minus 4. And then 1y times 2 more y's, so that's going to be a total of 3 y's being multiplied. And then that very last one, this is what I've been harping on here, the 2y times 1 has to give me a 2y, and that's got to match. That's how I'm getting that final 2y here. If I left off that 1, I wouldn't have that last term, and it really wouldn't be equivalent. So this one did check out.